Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. This one's on a movie called Dangerous Men. This is from Drafthouse Films. This came out in 1979 and wasn't finished until 26 years later. Technically, it started in 79 and they ran out of budget. They ran out of money for the budget, and then like sometime in the 90s they started back up, and then it got re-released and it finished, I guess you'd say, in like 2005, and now it's on Blu-ray right here. And what this movie is about basically is about this woman and her husband or boyfriend or fiance. They're walking on the beach, and her significant other, who she's with, ends up getting killed and murdered. And this kind of puts her into this like revenge mode, where she's going around posing as like a hooker, picking up guys who want to get with a hooker and with a prostitute, and she basically kills them. Her whole intention is to take out all the scum on the street, drug dealers, anything bad, basically. And then she ends up like being known as like this serial killer, which she didn't mean for that to happen, but that's what happened. And the movie like kind of splits from that scene to later on in life, but they try to make it that it's around the same time, obviously. And the brother of the guy that was killed, her fiance or whatever, he is after the biker gang, because the guy that killed her fiance, they were part of a biker gang, and so he's going after the biker gang, and that's where kind of like the other part of the movie meshes together. For the most part, you can tell which part was the earlier 1970s to the 90s part, but they kind of did a decent job at that. But like then the background on the calendar says like 1993 on it, so you know that it wasn't obviously still in the 70s, regardless of, even if they were shooting at that moment in 1993, it could have still been 1995, whatever. But this is a doozy of a movie. Let me just say that. I don't know if they intentionally went out to make a bad movie. I really don't think they did. But it is, from what I've seen people say, it's a, one of those really, really bad movies that you just love. And I gotta be honest, I thought this movie was great. But it's not a good movie at all. It's directed by John S. Rad, which isn't his real name. His real name is he's Iranian, and I would do a horrible job trying to pronounce his name, and so he's shortened it to John S. Rad. And the movie starts off like right like that, where it all tells all who's doing this, the directing, the producing, and that. John S. Rad does pretty much everything in this movie. Not everything, but for the most part, he directs it. It's written, it's produced, the original music, song, and lyrics is by him. It's edited by him, post-production is by him, and the casting, location, and the sound design is all by him. And the soundtrack to this movie is crazy. You could tell obviously that it's homemade, but it's weird at scenes where somebody's getting killed, and it's like kind of like a upbeat, happy kind of music. Very, very strange, and I don't know, it made me laugh a lot. Like, it was a bad movie. It was like the sound effects with the punching, it was like the same sound effect every time we hit it, like oh, 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 and there's no movement on the mouths. There was one scene where they were in a restaurant, and it's all like really quiet. I thought something happened with the volume, and then when they talk, it would come on, so they like muted it until they would talk, and then hear like the background music or the background of the actual restaurant. They must have went into a restaurant and actually filmed while they were there and tried to make a movie that way. In a way, it's almost, I wouldn't say it's guerrilla, type of film, but it's very adventurous. The description of the movie really, pulls you in, and I guess for what they had in budget and what they did with this movie, I guess it came out the best it could come out. Again, I thought it's not a good movie at all. It's not a good movie, but it's great at the same time. It is definitely, like everybody's been saying, that really bad movie that is really good. I can't really explain too much more about that. The dialogue in the movie, it was very cheesy at times, very reading their lines very well. I think we should go over there. I think we should. I don't know, but I had fun with this movie, to be honest. I've never seen or heard this movie before, and just the fact that he decided to pick up 26 years later and finish his film when he had the budget, that's dedication to me. You know, I think that was just awesome, because a lot of people have probably just given up on it. You know, and why not? I have the money now. I'll finish it, and he did, and now here we go. And in here you have like the special features. There's a 16-page booklet in here. They also give you a little card with this guy here. It's on the cover. It's like a drawing of him, and on the card is a digital copy. So when you get this, you get the digital copy as well. And I know there's another edition of this where you get more stuff, like there's like a police badge and stuff like that. It's called the police edition or something like that. It's a bigger edition to it, but this is just the regular Blu-ray DVD. You get a full-length interview with John Rad, audio commentary featuring Destroy All Movies authors Zach Carlson and Brian Connolly. That's So John Rad, which I like that title. An original documentary about the film and its initial 2005 theatrical release. Interview with Peter Palian, director of photography. You get rare footage, the trailer, theatrical trailer, all that kind of stuff, and like I said, the digital code for this movie as well. And this is region free, region 0. It's in mono, it's English. They cleaned it up the best they could. It still has that nice gritty look to it. Some of it is shot on video. It's somewhat guerrilla style at times, but it's just a fun watch. You can't take it seriously, even if they were trying to make it a serious movie, which, in a way it's kind of sad, like that they went out to make a serious movie, but yet it came out being like me laughing at it. I don't think they had any intentions of anybody laughing at this. It's an action movie, it's a revenge action movie, and I just found it hilarious at times, but there's a lot of faults in it. But hey, I never made a movie, and I just thought this was a very cheesy fun watch. And there's the inside. You have the Blu-ray and the DVD here. And then here's the card that I told you about. It has the guy on the front cover. I didn't know what that was at first until I watched the movie, and I was like, oh, okay, that's where they got it from. And then the booklet is really nice too. It's a small booklet, but there's full of information. That scene with the guy on the front, I honestly think it went on a little too long, but I don't feel bad for what happened with him in the movie. It's just ridiculous. And also, in a way, I think it kind of makes, I don't know if it points fun at men, but it kind of makes it like men are all about sex and they're very easily manipulated. And I'm not saying I'm insulted over that, because it's kind of true in a way. Not all men, of course, but these men are definitely in this movie. So the typical things like you have the front, with the table of contents and all that stuff, a lot of information about the movie, and then if you open up this whole thing, there's that scene with the guy. Like I said, it went on for a long time, but you don't feel bad. And this part right there, that was pretty gross. Grossed me out. But yeah, it is a very nice edition. I really like the case, and of course there's reversible art here with the original cover, which honestly I think the newer cover is better. This one kind of like is very bland, but I kind of like this black spine better, but whatever. It's a very cheesy, good, fun movie, and I know a lot of people out there are going to like it. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check the trailer for this movie at the end of the video, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Horrormino, all those places. The usual stuff. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.